Hi, my name is Marcin.
And I'm Katerina.
For a few years now, we've been developing the Global Village Construction Set, a set of the 50 industrial machines for building civilization from scratch.
Based on that, I started a new open source project with the goal of making ecological housing easier, cheaper, and faster.
So we joined forces.
This collaboration began 2 years ago. After we got married, I moved from Brooklyn, New York, to the middle of nowhere, Missouri, and realized our house was too small. I wanted something comfortable and affordable that could be built quickly from local materials and that could be expanded as we grow. We were surprised that no one could build this for us, so we had to build it ourselves.
So we did just that. We examined the best practices, we took out the high-power brick press, and through much trial and error developed a formula for rapid builds. A large team of people builds a number of modules in parallel and then assembles them rapidly into a building. We realized that using these techniques we could build an 800 square foot structure from scratch in just 5 days. Wow.
This was worth spreading, but we have to make it easier.
So we set out to do exactly that. First, we created a library of modules which can be put together like building blocks. You can now download a collection of walls, roofs, doors, and windows and design a complete buildable structure using open source software. To make this accessible to everyone, we're also working on guides for design, build, and development. Imagine having all the tools you need to design your own home easily and for free.
Second, the system allows you to build an unlimited choice of structures. That's why we're crowdsourcing building designs so that you can have a wide variety to choose from.
For example, you can build a 700 square foot expandable starter home loaded with ecological features for under $25,000 in materials. So rather than getting into debt with an average $360,000 new home, you can start with a smaller home at 1/10 the cost and then expand as needed. You can also add an aquaponic greenhouse option, which allows a family to produce all the fish and vegetables that they could eat.
But not everyone wants to build their own house. To address that, we're creating a training program for builders so you can hire an OBI builder if you want. This program will be a real deep dive into construction, from design and materials production to rapid build organization and business, including building the construction machines themselves, which we can do in a single day.
And it gets even better. Imagine being able to source most of your building materials from 50 miles around your build site. This is exactly what we're aiming for with our solar-powered materials production facility. Did you know that the construction sector is the biggest polluter on the planet? We can solve this by producing local brick, lumber, insulation, paint, glazing, and lime concrete using 100% solar power.
But pulling this off requires a huge amount of know-how, and our secret sauce is open source. That's why we're inviting everyone to join this common platform by submitting new designs and improvements into the system.
We have also recruited an amazing array of experts to help with all the technical details. The goal is to attain Living Building Challenge certification, which is the highest standard for regenerative construction.
Today, the average American spends over $1.2 million over their life just to secure a home. And 1.6 billion people on this planet live without adequate housing.
Housing is a basic need. It's not a privilege. And architect Alejandro Aravena suggests that the best way to approach it is to channel people's own building capacity.
If this idea is truly sound, then the time to open source construction is now.
This Kickstarter will fund further development of all the system components, next iteration prototyping and testing of the starter home with greenhouse, creation of an immersion training program, and build of the solar-powered materials production facility. Support us and pass this on to your friends.